It's 7 a.m. on a Monday. Your alarm is screaming, you've got 40 unread emails, a 9 to 5 that usually turns into a 9 to 7, and maybe, if you're lucky, 2 weeks of vacation a year. Surely we're living the dream compared to a 14th century peasant, right? We've been told that history is a straight line of progress. They were just dirt poor, worked until they dropped, and died at 30. Well, what if I told you that the average medieval laborer had more time off, more naps, and more work-life balance than the modern corporate employee? Today, we're looking at the data that the modern world doesn't want you to see. Welcome to Era by Era. Let's look at the Dark Ages in a whole new light. We have this mental image of a serf in 1350 bent over a plow from sunrise to sunset 365 days a year. But there's a massive flaw in that logic. The church. In the 14th century, the church was the calendar, and the church was obsessed with rest. Beyond Sundays, the medieval calendar was littered with holy days, which is where we get our word holiday. Between saints' days, local festivals, and massive breaks like Christmas, Easter, and midsummer, a peasant might only work 150 days a year. Think about that. That's nearly half the year off. In some parts of Spain, holidays accounted for 5 months of the year. In France, 52 Sundays, 90 rest days, and 38 feast days. Compare that to the standard worker today who gets, what, 10 days? But wait, it gets better, or worse, depending on how much you hate your boss. Even when they were working, they weren't grinding in the way we do. There was no clock-in culture. Work was seasonal and task-oriented. During the harvest, yes, they worked hard, but during the winter, there was almost nothing to do but maintain tools and drink ale by the fire. Even on a regular workday, the pace was leisurely. Afternoon naps were common. There were long breaks for breakfast, dinner at noon, and an afternoon snack. Most records suggest the actual labor time was rarely more than 8 hours a day, often much less. So if they had it so good, what happened? When did we lose our free time? The twist is that the Industrial Revolution didn't just give us machines, it stole our time. When we moved from the fields to the factories, work stopped being about the sun and started being about the clock. In the 1800s, work hours skyrocketed to 70 or 80 hours a week. We've spent the last 150 years fighting just to get back to a fraction of the leisure time a medieval peasant took for granted. Now, let's be real. I'm not saying you'd actually want to swap places. Sure, they had more time off, but they didn't have antibiotics. If you got a tooth infection, that was basically a death sentence. Their vacations didn't involve flights to Bali. They involved staying in a one-room hut with their livestock to keep warm. But here is the lesson. We've traded time for comfort. We have incredible technology, but we've reached a point where we're working more than the people who literally had to grow their own food to survive. The era of the peasant shows us that the 40-hour work week isn't a law of nature. It's a recent invention. When you feel burnt out or when you feel guilty for taking a nap on a Saturday, just remember, your ancestors, the ones we call primitive, would think we're the crazy ones for working this hard. They understood something we've forgotten, that life isn't just about output, it's about the feast, the community, and the rest. So, would you trade your smartphone for 150 days of vacation and a plot of land in the 1300s? Let me know in the comments. The answers are usually wilder than you think. If you enjoyed this look through time, hit that subscribe button. We're exploring every era, one story at a time. I'm Era by Era, and I'll see you in the next one.